When you're browsing through the Yuri or whatever manga catalog that you're looking at, do you ever feel, I just want to read a Yuri manga where I hate everybody and I want to throw up just from reading it, and it's not because of the throwing up scenes, it's because the drama is swelling up so much that it is leaving a big lump in my throat. I don't know if you ever feel that way, because I certainly don't, but here we are with a Yuri manga called Kitanai Kimi ga Ichiban Kawaii, or in English, it should be The Filthy You is the Cutest. And I think that title is quite self-explanatory. It is fucking filthy, and you know what? I woke up today and I feel like throwing up. I feel nauseous right now, and I thought to myself, what's a better time to record than now? To record how I'm feeling currently. The drama just keeps on escalating, and we're only 25 chapters in. I remember mentioning this manga on a top 5 Yuri as like a bonus, I think. That was when it had like a few chapters, like 3-4 chapters out, and so when I saw that it had 24 chapters out at the time, chapter 25 actually came out today, which I read, and I was just kind of, you know, I'll talk about it in a bit. But I saw many chapters were out, so I decided, you know, let's catch up with this manga and see how fucking filthy it's gotten. And instead of being the fucking filth that I expected, I just got hit with the amount of drama that is just injected into this fucking manga. And it's just, honestly, I just want to fucking die after reading this manga. I hate everybody in this manga, except for Yuko. God bless Yuko. But I'm afraid that, considering she's like the only decent person in this manga, I'm scared of what they're going to do to her. And I pray that she stays at least decent, unlike every other person that we've seen in this fucking manga. I just want Yuko to be like, everybody around me is fucked up. I think I need to choose better friends. That's my only thing for Yuko. I hope that in these sort of mangas, and with the escalating situation that's happening, usually there isn't a happy ending for the main cast, you know, they're probably going to end up, I don't know, fucking dead, or their relationship is going to get broken, and, you know, they're going to get separated and all that fucking jazz, because it's not, currently anyways, it's not a healthy relationship sort of thing. None of this is fucking healthy in this manga. But if there is one thing that I ask for, please just give Yuko a happy ending. Please just keep her the way that she is, alright? But I'm scared that something is going to happen to her, especially with chapter 25 coming in. This is the part where I tell you should read the manga before heading into the spoiler arena, but should you really? I'd say read it at your own risk. Trigger warning, a lot of fucked up shit happens, and there's even like a potential suicide attempt happening in here as well. It's a psychological manga, you know, it's a lot when it comes to psychological and drama. So if you want to take the poison, go ahead, I'm not really stopping you, but if you don't, then let us head over to the spoiler arena. Actually, now that we're at the spoiler arena, if you guys enjoy these sort of videos, do consider supporting me on Patreon, which you guys can check out either in the corner or in the description down below. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just have to start from the beginning with Miyazono, I think. No, it's Sezaki and Hanamura. So it starts off with these two having an interesting, a different relationship. They're sort of in this weird, like, BDSM thing, but not really. It sort of revolves around throwing up. You know, just that already, starting off with that, just kind of grossed me out. That's what they get off on. Whatever, these weird-ass high school kids, who cares? But according to the summary, there's like a caste system in the class, and like there's the nobody who gives a shit kids, and then there's the more popular kids or something. I don't know. That whole part kind of gets thrown away once Yoshimi comes in, and Yoshimi, man, What a fucker. I hate her with all my heart. I thought I could never hate somebody more than that other manga that I currently can't remember because it just absolutely makes me very upset. But Yoshimi, man. Yo fucking Shimi. Alright, so there's the friend group of, what is her name? Hanamura, Yuko, and Yoshimi. Hanamura is the white-haired girl, and she's sort of the one who was in the submissive one in the relationship between her and Sezaki. Sezaki was the one who's putting all this play on her, like making her eat bugs, putting her in like baby uniforms and baby uniforms. You know, giving her a pacifier and a diaper and all that fucking jazz. And I know I just said I'm not here to kink shame or anything, but like the whole baby thing, I still don't understand that either. But that's just me hating babies in general. Like I think babies are a little shit. Why can't they just be like fucking reptiles, come out of an egg and figure out how to survive in the world? But anyway, so with the friend group of Hanamura, Yoshimi, and Yuko, Yoshimi is the one who discovers Hanamura and Sezaki's low relationship. And so the first thing she thinks is, wow, fucking disgusting. This is gross. I can't believe Hanamura does this gross shit. And then she comes back pretending like nothing's ever happened before. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna take pictures of them. And so the first point of drama hits as Yoshimi sends a threatening picture or a letter. I think it was just a picture at first, just to, you know, showcase to Hanamura that, hey, I know you've been doing this shit, so you better fucking watch out. I got evidence. And Hanamura, who's just kind of like, oh my god, they have a picture of us. I'm just gonna keep quiet about it. I'm not gonna say anything to Sezaki, so we're just going to continue this whole session thing, alright? And so they continue with the whole session, and Yoshimi has just been watching them this whole fucking time. She's like, oh, so fucking filthy, these fools. She's just over here taking fucking pictures of her, and oh my god, just getting a little bit into Yoshimi's brain just makes me very upset because unlike me, who doesn't want to kink shame, she's out here kink shaming people. How dare she, alright? How dare you be a fucking kink shamer, Yoshimi? So with that whole like, oh, I can't believe Hanamura is this disgusting, filthy beast, and she's just out here hanging out with us like it's normal. And all I could think of was like, so you want her to be filthy 24/7? So then you could be like, oh, she's disgusting, and you can say it out loud. Like, it's a lose-lose situation either way for Hanamura if she was filthy in public instead of just being filthy in their private time. Although I'll be honest, I don't know why they're doing it out of high school. They literally could just do it at home or some shit. Consider what happens later on. They could have just done it in Sezaki's room. That would have saved up trouble so much. But anyways, Yoshimi continues to gather evidence, and so we got to this point where, because I figured that Yoshimi's probably like some fucking closet gay girl or some shit, and she has feelings for Yuko, and she gets very upset at Hanamura for being close to Yuko. She's also upset at Yuko for choosing Hanamura over her, but we'll learn about that in a bit. But I guess the thing that really tipped the cow, I don't think that's the phrase, broke the camel's back, I think that's what I was trying to say, was when Hanamura and Yuko gave Hanamura her chapstick, and Yoshimi's like, this is the last straw, right? I gave you a warning before, and now you're trying to fuck with Yuko? I ain't having that shit. So she goes and she posts the fucking picture of Sezaki choking Hanamura to everybody. And so, sorry, I forgot to recount the other thing, which is after the second threat that Hanamura gets, that was when she tells Sezaki about it. Which is just fantastic. She's like, oh, by the way, there's this picture, somebody took a picture of us, and now, they have evidence. And so Sezaki, who hears that, is like, what the fuck, you idiot? You had this the first time, and you didn't tell me anything about it? We've been doing this whole time, and this person's just been collecting evidence? And she's like, Yeah, I guess. So Sezaki gets very upset at her, understandable. I will also say Sezaki is quite impulsive. And then Yoshimi sends pictures of everybody, because during that time, Hanamura and Sezaki weren't really hanging out with each other anymore. But because of that, Hanamura and Yuko were, you know, being buds. Yoshimi didn't like that. She sends the picture out to everybody. And like, she sends a picture. Oh, actually, I think every picture would have made Sezaki look wrong. But she sent the picture of Sezaki choking Hanamura, and so now people are like, whoa, I didn't expect Sezaki to be like this. I thought she was just this mild girl or something, but now here's a picture of her choking some other girl. And so this whole thing spirals out of fucking control. Yuko, again, God bless her, defends Hanamura, because she's like, yo, dog, what's, like, this is something that she says later, but she's just kind of like, they were just doing whatever they were doing, but it shouldn't have been made public to everybody. And, God, when Yuko said that, I was like, thank you, Yuko. My favorite part was that she said that right in front of Yoshimi, so Yoshimi was just over here being shamed upon, because Yuko was just saying, whoever did this, they should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgusting. How could they bring this to the public, to everybody else, when this is a private thing? And I was like, thank you, Yuko. Thank you for fucking saying it out loud, and especially say it right there to the fucking perpetrator. Anyways, back to the pictures get revealed to everybody through their phone, and Sezaki starts to feel all that pressure because she was supposed to have that image of, like, the mild girl, or like the student, the model student or something like that. You know, she's supposed to have a good reputation, and this picture is going to ruin it. And so when that picture goes out and everybody's looking at her with like those the eyes of like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe it, all that pressure wounds up and she throws up in class. And Hanamura looking at Sezaki and was like, yo, that was pretty fucking hot. God, and then there was this part with Yuko and Yoshimi where Yoshimi was just talking about how disgusting Hanamura is, and honestly, if I was Yuko, I would have just been like, alright, you never told me anything about this until it was revealed in public, which kind of adds to the whole, if Hanamura was disgusting in public, Yoshimi would have talked shit about her in public because that gave her the excuse to do it. So her reviewing this in public was literally that whole it was literally just her so she could talk shit about that in public, or at least to Yuko. And Yuko's over here like, yo dog, why the fuck are you talking about a friend like that? God bless Yuko. I hope nothing bad happens to her, alright? She's just a precious gem in this manga filled with filthy, disgusting human. This is the part where I felt like Sezaki should have done something different, but again, she is an impulsive one, so she doesn't really make good decisions. She's also a teenager, so like teenage angst and, oh, I gotta keep my reputation. I guess that is also something in like Asian culture, you know, you gotta keep face. If my secret was out and people thought that I was bullying the other girl, because, you know, the whole choking thing, honestly, I would have just gone out with it, because either way, your reputation is ruined. There is no way you can recover from this. Because what Sezaki said was, I don't know this girl. What is this picture? I don't know. I don't know who this girl is. I've never befriended her before. And it's just, oh my god, why would you do that? It's picture evidence, lady. Evidence, lady. You should have just gone out and be like, yeah, me and Hanamura have a really weird relationship where she lets me do things to her. And I don't really think Hanamura would deny it for the most part. I hope she wouldn't if Sezaki did that, because I'm already upset with Hanamura with, like, what happens later on after this part. God, I fucking hate Yoshimi because she's the one who started all of this fucking drama. But at the same time, she really hyped up that psychoness within Hanamura. So that pisses me off even more, because I was just kind of like, I kind of don't like Sezaki because of how impulsive she is. I kind of felt a little bit bad for Hanamura. And then the things kept going, and then Hanamura started getting to that point where I don't like her either, and they made me start feeling bad for Sezaki, which, how fucking dare they? I feel really bad for Sezaki right now, and it is just horrible. But instead of doing that, no, Sezaki goes on the I don't know her route. She starts feeling really horrible, like she couldn't sleep and all that, and I understand, you know, she's going through a tough time. And then there was this part where she has the blade, and it looks like she's about to cut herself, and I was like, alright, like, we're really fucking going in there, I guess. And afterwards, we see her just with a little wrap bandaged around her, like, oh yeah, I've cut myself. And Sezaki's over here thinking that she's a mastermind. She's like, heh, that's right. People now know that I've cut myself. See how sad I am? And see how sad and totally not a bully I am. But when she was coming down to because she has her own group of friends, and I haven't even started talking about Miyazono yet, but I'll talk about her in a bit. She's also a part of Sezaki's friend group. But there's these two other girls that Sezaki doesn't really get along with all that much. Like, I feel like they're just friends out of necessity. So, as she's going down, they were about to go out and do some shit, whatever it is. But Miyazono wasn't there, and the other two girls were. And when Sezaki was coming down to group up with them, she overhears these two girls who are like, man, Sezaki's really fucking out there, huh? She's even pretending that she cut herself for pity and all that shit. What a fucking loser. And Sezaki's like, oh, my plan didn't work. Who would have fucking guessed? And then later on, we find out that she didn't even cut herself. She just wrapped this band-aid around her for no fucking reason. So some shit happens, and finally we get to this confrontation place with Hanamura and Sezaki, because Sezaki's having all this pressure and build-up within her. You know, she's already feeling like shit. I genuinely don't know why she tried to pretend to cut herself other than for pity, and again, she thought that it was she thought she was a mastermind genius, but she's not. But she's already showing stress through every other fiber of her being. She really didn't need to cut herself, but whatever. Well, or pretend to cut herself. But we finally get to this part where Sezaki is just so fed up with everything. She's fed up with Hanamura because she just wanted she wanted Hanamura to stay the fuck away from her until this rumor dispersed. But Hanamura is just continuously bothering her, continuously coming to her, and that makes Sezaki very angry, and again, she's the impulsive one. So she goes and she fucking swings at her and just starts telling her, you're a low shit, you're fucking annoying, I hate you, and all that jazz. You know, she's in that impulsive moment. She's not really thinking. And so when that happens, Sezaki finally doesn't attend school. Wow, what a sentence. She stops coming to school, and that is the end of that first arc. And holy shit, dude. My hatred for Yoshimi, sorry, I tapped the mic, but my hatred for Yoshimi was so intense. But then the next arc comes, and why, Hanamura? Why did you fucking do this? I fucking hate, I can't tell who I hate more, but I think I still hate Yoshimi more. But I think Hanamura is starting to really get up there, because when Hanamura saw Sezaki throwing up in class, something within her awakens, and she's just kind of like, yeah, I think that's kind of hot. And you know what? I'm tired of being the submissive one. I'm going to be the top now. And so she turns into a top. Sezaki is very reclusive now. She's just staying locked up in her room this whole time. And Hanamura continues to try to meet up with her. Like, she met up with her for the first time. And then Sezaki's like, I don't want to talk to you. Get the fuck out of here. And so she beats Sezaki up. Which all I could think of was, isn't your mom in this house? When Hanamura came in, her mom was like, oh, you here to visit Irie-chan? Yeah, sure, go upstairs. Like, your mom is still there, and you're just over here beating up Sezaki in the hallway on the second floor. At least, her mom should have at least heard something, like, why do I hear like someone's getting fucking smashed upstairs, like, and not in a good way. And what pisses me off is I felt like Hanamura sort of expected that. So she comes back to school with like a band-aid or whatever those, she has little bandages and all that around her to cover up the bruises. And when people ask her, or at least her friend asks her, oh, what happened? She's like, oh, I fell down the stairs. But Yuko's over here like, no, I think Sezaki did that to you. So, it just pisses me off because I was trying to figure out whether she did that on purpose just so she could continue to ruin Sezaki's reputation even further, and I'm just very upset. But Sezaki gets to this point where she's so fucking sad and depressed that she doesn't really care what Hanamura does to her at that point, and it makes me very upset. Because Hanamura continuously comes over to her house almost every day, I think, and just like gives her food and all that, talk to her in general, and eventually we get to the point where Hanamura goes on full manipulation on Sezaki, and in her mind, she's just kind of like, well, it's kind of been a week already, nobody's really talking about her anymore, and she could come to school, she could come back to school if she really wants to, but I don't want her to come back to school. I tap my mic again. In fact, I think her looking cute, defenseless, and absolutely depressed, looking filthy as fuck, I think she's pretty cute like that, so I'd much prefer to keep her where she is, you know, at her lowest point. And of course, for Sezaki, since she is still in her depressed mode and she doesn't hang out with anybody else other than Hanamura, she begins to expect Hanamura. You know, she begins to feel an attachment to Hanamura, but not in like the good sort of attachment, unfortunately. Because she's just like, yeah, all I do nowadays is I wake up and I just sit around and I wait for Hanamura to come, because that's like currently the only change in her life other than just sitting around in your fucking room. That's just this repetitiveness that who really gives a shit. And boy oh boy do I ever feel fucking disgusted when Hanamura gets Sezaki to actually have sex with her. So I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe we're actually going into this. And like, why did Hanamura do this, man? Why? She probably was always like this. It's just that the whole everybody turning on Sezaki throwing up, really got to her. Maybe it does have to do with the whole caste system or some shit like that, you know, like Hanamura couldn't really do what she wanted because Sezaki was on the top of the class while she was sort of in the who gives a shit part of class. But now that Sezaki has dropped down even lower than Hanamura, that's when Hanamura is just kind of like, yeah, this is my time to just fucking keep her down here. So we have that, and here comes Miyazono, who was one of Sezaki's groupies, but like the one who I think sort of gets along with Sezaki. But we find out from her that she finds life to be very boring in general, so she wants a change in her life. She wants something exciting, and despite feeling that little bit of excitement with her new friend group for the moment, she felt like they were starting to get into a routine, and routines are kind of boring, so she's just kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. But that was when this whole drama shit happened between Hanamura and Sezaki, and she was just kind of like, whoa, this is really interesting. Now this is the TV entertainment that I signed up for. And and so after Sezaki goes, she doesn't go to school anymore. She stopped coming to school. I don't know why I keep saying doesn't go to school anymore. Without Sezaki there, Miyazono is just kind of like, this is kind of boring. You know what I should do? I should get in contact with Sezaki. I was like, okay, fine, you want to get in contact with Sezaki? She's like, I want her to tell me more about this relationship that they have. So I was kind of like, okay, whatever. And she starts off a little slow, you know? She starts off with just gradual rando texts here and there for Sezaki, and Sezaki eventually... Wait, did I even get to the point where fucking Hanamura put a camera inside Sezaki's room? I didn't even get to that point. She put a fucking hidden camera in between her bookcase so she can monitor she can monitor Sezaki 24/7. Are you fucking kidding me? So anyways, yeah, Miyazono gets in contact with Sezaki, And she eventually gets to the point where, hey, you wanna meet up? And since Sezaki couldn't meet up because she, at this point, starts to suffer, I think she got a little bit of a phobia at this point, having like the fear of people looking at her. So she couldn't go outside, so she tells Miyazono, hey, how about you come to my house instead, because this is her safe place. To which, I don't really think it's a safe place anymore. But Miyazono's like, oh, hell yeah, dude, I got the ticket to come to her house. What should I do? What do I need to do? Let's go on Amazon and buy a hidden camera. She buys a hidden camera as well, and I was like, oh my god, is Miyazono gonna put a hidden camera in her place too? There's going to be 2 hidden cameras in Sezaki's place. You cannot make me feel any more bad for Sezaki, alright? I already feel bad for her in this second arc, and we're... Oh my god. So, she comes in, Miyazono comes in, she puts the, she puts the hidden camera in, and at that point, I thought that she would have, at the very least, found the other hidden camera, but no, she didn't, and it was Hanamura who found out that Miyazono had put in a hidden camera because she saw it through her hidden camera. And so, because Hanamura knows that Miyazono is watching her, or watching them, she doesn't really do anything explicit, you know, because she knows. And eventually, Miyazono gets impatient, and so when the next time she comes back to hang out with Sezaki, who, again, I feel bad for Sezaki, she just thought that, oh, one of my friends still wants to talk to me, so that's really nice. Did I also forget to mention the part where Hanamura cut Sezaki's hair? I know that Sezaki was the one who asked, hey, can you cut my hair as well? Because they did this part where she cut Hanamura's hair. And so Hanamura's just like, hey, about the whole, can you cut my hair? I'll cut your hair. And so she had beautiful long hair, right? And she just chopped the whole fucking thing off. And I was like, wow, talk about taking away her identity. Oh my god, alright. Now that we're over that, Miyazono, she got impatient with Sezaki, and she's like, tell me what you've been doing with Hanamura, alright? So she pushes her down to the bed. Hanamura, I don't know when this happened, but Hanamura crashes in as well, and she's like, hold on a minute, I know what you're trying to do. And she reveals the hidden camera from Miyazono. She's like, you've been recording and watching her this whole time. And Miyazono goes out through this blatant lie, like, I was just trying to save you, I was just trying to rescue you. And I felt so bad for Sezaki because, like, her trust was fucking broken. Like, she already broke a lot of her trust with everybody around her. And then she got sucked into this, thinking that she had another chance to be friend with her again, even after what happened. And then this shit happens. And of course, Sezaki's just even lower than she is. And what makes me very upset after that is when Hanamura and Miyazono was like in the room alone or somewhere or some shit like that, Hanamura says, thank you, Miyazono, because of what you've done. She's going to love me even more. I was like, no! Please, no, I swear to Christ, stop. Did I even talk about this one part where Hanamura was like, if you don't tell me that you love me, because I love you, if you don't tell me that you love me, I'm going to leave and I'm never gonna come back. And so Sezaki, having gone through, again, having Hanamura being like the only different thing in her routine right now, she's very scared, she's very attached to her, so she's scared, and so she tells Hanamura that she loves her. They've done a lot of acts, like the shit that Sezaki did to Hanamura does back to Sezaki, and we sort of see her in her mind. She's just like, I really don't want to do this, but again, Hanamura is the only thing that's different in her life right now, and the only person who's hanging out with her despite all that happens. And alright, anyways. So now knowing that Miyazono is not a person to be trusted. Nobody, you can't trust anybody, alright? Sezaki, the only person you can trust is Hanamura. With that whole situation, I think it was Hanamura who suggested that they run away. You know, let's get out of here. Or was it Sezaki? I can't remember. Things are getting muddled up now. But they run away from home. They're out there somewhere. The police are looking for them because they're fucking they're underage. Well, yeah, they are underage kids. And so they're still their parents' property. So of course the police are gonna come and try to find these missing children. And so they're out there, and Sezaki felt a little bit good. You know, she felt a little good for a bit because she's actually out getting new air and seeing new sights and all that. They had this nice fancy little hotel, and Hanamura's over here like, alright, we probably shouldn't get any more fancy hotels now, because like they're on a tight budget right now. Yeah, their allowances is a very tight budget. So she's just like, I need to get a job. I need to get a day job. You know, she's like, if I pretend that I'm a college student, maybe they'll let me in. To which, do you look like a college student? Or whatever. You know, she wants to get a day job so then they continue this running away life of theirs. And Sezaki was starting to feel a little good until she saw the police and she heard them say the description of them two, because they're trying to find the two girls. And that takes her back, spirals her back down to her depression. And she started thinking, oh no, what am I doing? Because she's finally off of that high that she was from running away. What are we doing? We need to go back. Why am I staying with her? I can't keep doing this. You know, I just need this to fail. Like, she wants it to fail. And I assume she's probably hoping the police would find him too. But Hanamura ends up finding a day job. And that was like the worst thing for Sezaki, because she's like, oh my god, she found a day job. That means that we're continuing with this. I don't want to continue with this. And so I was like, damn dude, that fucking hurts, dude. And the fact that Hanamura was like, yeah, I got a day job, but we'll still need to be hopping towns here and there, you know, just about every day we'll hop on the train and just continue that runaway life. Like, full of stress, dude. Full of stress. Sezaki, full of stress. Her depression is even stronger than before. What is the next thing she does? She searches up how to kill herself. I was like, oh my god. So she searches it up. She even searches up, like, what happens if a suicide fails? And I was like, oh my god, she's really thorough. But she decides, yeah, I'm gonna go, let's take Hanamura out into the beach. And she says, let's die together. If we're already here at this point, might as well, let's just go and kill ourselves. And so Hanamura doesn't want to do it, but she's just kind of like, okay, if this is what Sezaki wants, I guess I'll continue with it. They strip down to their underwear, and they go out into the cold beach water, ocean water. Even Hanamura's like, oh my god, is she really going to die? I think she said, she's really going to die. And I was like, so you're not going to die? You're just going to, what? You're just going to wait for her to die and you're going to take her body back? And, alright, I hope we don't ever get there. But as she was thinking that, Sezaki yells out, I don't want to die. Because she's at this point where you're near death. You're going to die. And so she thinks to herself, I don't want to die. And they stop with the whole suicide thing. And so that's where we're at. And I was like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe how did we get from chapter 1 to chapter 24? And then chapter 25 came out today. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a fucking read. Let's see how it goes. And so we're following Miyazono again, because we did see a little bit where Miyazono's like, oh, they ran away from home. I can't watch them anymore. I need some new source of entertainment. And then she sees Yoshimi, and she's like, I have a new entertainment now. So I was like, alright, well, fuck it, dude. I guess Miyazono's aiming for somebody else now. I really wanted to like Miyazono, even though she has this horrible habit of hers. But the moment she bought that hidden camera, all I could think of was like, why? Why did you do this? I wish Miyazono was the one who's like, let me go look through your bookcase, and then she'll be like, oh, there's a camera in here. Why is there a camera in here? That would have worked so much better for Miyazono, but no, she bought herself a fucking hidden camera. Or at the very least, she should have found the other one, but I guess Hanamura hit that one pretty good, I guess. Whatever. But Miyazono now has her sights on Yoshimi, and she sees she now starts hanging out with Yoshimi and Yuko instead. The other two girls who were a part of the friend group with Miyazono and Sezaki were like, Miyazono's just over there now, so I guess fuck us. To which, I mean, yeah, that's right, fuck you two. You guys are little pieces of shit too. I don't even know your name, but I hate you guys. Anyways, Miyazono butts into Yoshimi and Yuko's low duo group, and she was able to talk to Yoshimi and find out that Yuko and Yoshimi's relationship are still a little cracked because of what Yoshimi said previously, you know? Oh, Hanamura is disgusting and all that jazz. So they still haven't made up. I don't know what got Yoshimi to say this, but she ends up telling Sezaki her secrets. She literally said, yeah, I'm the one who took evidence. I'm the one who spread this all around the people. That's me. I'm that person. And so Sezaki's like, oh, I found my new entertainment right now. So let's see what's going on, you know? So she manages to get Yuko to invite the both of them to her house, and then she left the two of them alone, Miyazono. She left those two girls alone. Eventually, Yuko and Yoshimi made up with each other within that room. And so, you know, their relationship has been repaired. Meanwhile, Miyazono is just looking through the crack of the door, extremely happy about knowing what is going to happen later on. And she's like, yeah, enjoy that rebuild friendship of yours, Yoshimi, but I can't wait to see your expression and Yuko's expression when I tell her what you've done to these two girls. She found her new source of entertainment. She even said, I need to be more patient this time. I don't want to have the same thing happen like last time with Hanamura and Sezaki. So she's like, I'm gonna be patient. You know, I'm gonna hone my craft even more. Oh my god, dude. How did Miyazono get to this point where she's just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna break up relationships. Although, at this point, I'm rooting for Miyazono, even though I still don't like her because of the whole hidden camera shit, but I'm down for her downing another fucking beast, alright? If a beast is attacking another beast, I'm totally fine with it. That's totally cool. You need to show Yuko the truth. You need to show Yuko the truth that Yoshimi's a piece of shit and she need new friends. But I swear to Christ, I hope that we don't find out that Yuko also have some weird fucking fetish of her own, or that this is what breaks her and she goes into like some complete psycho mode or some shit. I genuinely hope not. If Yuko just hears about this and she's like, disgusting, I never want to be your friend anymore, Yoshimi. And I hope the Christ Yoshimi doesn't try to be like, oh, I'm so pitiful, look at me. If you don't look at me, I'm gonna kill myself. I swear if she does that, I'm gonna hate Yoshimi even more. It would make me so fucking upset. That's where we are right now. It seems like we're following, we have a new subplot with Miyazono and Yoshimi. And I can't wait to see Yoshimi fucking die. No. I can't wait for Yoshimi to get what's coming to her. I can't wait for it at all. She's the one who started everything, and I need it to end with her not dying, but getting what she deserves. Oh my god. What a fucking manga. What do you think? Feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys, and my fucking god, dude. I'm absolutely blown away by this manga. And like, not the good kind of blown away. Oh my god, dude. Things just keep escalating, and as much as it is, I am hooked now at this point. I just want to know what the hell is going to happen in this manga and how they're going to end it. If you guys want to read Yuri that is not filthy, feel free to check out my Amazon shop in the description down below. It is an affiliate link, so I will get some cents if you decide to buy some manga on my Amazon shop. Other than that, thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video.